Hi, I'm Stormi. I am 20 and I work at Walmart, and I also work at a vision center as a receptionist. Um, I live here and with Trey and his family. I've been here since April of the beginning of this year, so about 9 months. Um, I went to Stratford High School, and that's about it.
So how did you meet Trey?
I've known Trey for a long time. Well, I've known Sam, which is the girl version of Trey, I guess, or who Trey was before. Basically, that's how I've known him, and kind of had this thing for him back in high school as the girl, and then later on down the road, a while down the road, we found each other on MySpace, and it went from there. We just started writing and talking and texting, and just went from there.
So what initially attracted you to him?
I'd have to say his personality, the strength of the things that I read on his MySpace, the things about, being trans, and, as being attracted to Trey before as the girl, that's kind of what drew me in. But later on, whenever I got to, know Trey, it was a little different. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to work out. I was nervous. But he's just a great person, great personality, very strong, and just the fact that he's going through so much just kind of made me more attracted. So, and I told him that in the beginning. So.
How soon did your relationship turn from friendship to romantic?
I'd have to say our relationship turned from friendship to romantic pretty quick. We hung out like a couple times at my apartment, probably like 2 times, and just kind of went from there. We kind of fell fast, and our relationship kind of moved at a fast pace because I had some situations that I was in with my apartment and stuff. But it pretty fast. Then I moved in and just went from there. About a month later, we tried to wait to say the 3 words, and it just kind of happened. So.
How have your friends and family reacted to you dating Trey? And be specific and give any examples that you might have.
My family, the way they thought about it, so deep. Well, they weren't really, they're not against it. They knew in the beginning, that I was into females, which is, fine. My dad accepted that. My whole family accepts that. Trey is a different story. Trey is not only female, but was female, but is transitioning to be, male. So it's like a little bit of a bigger step, more to take in. My dad isn't very okay with it. He loves Trey to death, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's like he's not sure. He's, a 46, 47-year-old man, and he's not, into nowadays, and kind of has a closed mind on it. He loves Trey, and he treats him, as if he would treat anybody else that I was dating, like, family, but at the same time, it's harder to accept the fact that Trey wants to be called he, wants to be called him, and male pronouns, but my dad's not very okay with that. He considers, it being, I don't know how to say it, like, my dad calling Trey a man feels like it degrades him as a man, and doesn't feel right to him. My older brother, kind of felt the same way in the beginning, but now that he sees Trey, going through all the changes and his voice dropping and everything, he takes him more serious now. He thought in the very beginning that it was kind of a joke, and that, he wasn't serious about it. But now that he sees everything, he really starts to appreciate, the fact that Trey really is going through all this. My little brother loves Trey. There's no doubt about that. So he doesn't care if he's pink with purple polka dots. He loves him to death. So they get along like 2 peas in a pod. My stepmom, she doesn't really care. She's open-minded. She really doesn't mind at all. She's just there. The rest of my family, my aunts love him. They love him to death. Come on, Sophie. My birth mother, she lives in Virginia. She doesn't live here, so we only get to see her ever so often when we go up there to see her with my grandparents. She's pretty open with Trey. She likes Trey a lot. I think she still has a little bit of problem understanding it, but at the same time, it's like she is okay with it. She wasn't okay with, in the beginning, me being with females. She wasn't sure. She thought maybe it was just a phase that I was going through, like most parents with their kids. But then she got to know Trey, and she really treats him like family, and like, you know, he's my other half, which he is. So, and my grandma likes Trey. So, I mean, for the most part, my family pretty much loves him. So, my family, you know, that's about it for my family. My friends, on the other hand, we really don't do much now with friends, because we both do work all the time. But when it comes to a few of my friends, my best friend, Kayla, she's open-minded. She's married, she has a baby, so she's really kind of to herself nowadays. She loves Trey when it comes to, you know, thinking that we're really happy together. She sees that in me. She tells me that all the time. She can see it, you know, whenever she hears me talk about him. She knows that I'm really happy, which is true. So she's pretty open-minded. She doesn't mind, and we still talk, and she invites us to do things when we have time. My best friend Jonathan, who is also gay, I don't think he's really sure. We really don't hang out enough to really him have the concept. He doesn't really open up to Trey. They really don't talk, I guess. But for the most part, I mean, he accepts him for who he is. He's not going to be one to judge or place judgment, anything like that. But any other friends, it's kind of, I have a group that I hang out with, I guess you would call, you know, my group. I actually quit hanging around a lot of them because of the fact that every time we would go to a party or something, or a little get-together, it's kind of like me and Trey would be secluded. Not to be mean or anything like that by them, but just in the fact that they really don't understand. The first time they ever met Trey, it was a little awkward. They didn't really understand. They had a few questions, but then it just became like, you know, what's the point in trying to ask questions? Stuff like that. I mean, they are nice. Every time they see Trey, they, you know, say, hey, what's up? Stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like they don't carry on conversations, so you can kind of tell that they don't really take the initiative to get to know him, which is fine by me, because I don't need, you know, anybody but Trey in my life, and my family. So, other than that, I mean, for the most part, my friends, they understand, but they don't know, they don't try to understand. That's more like it. Like, they don't make the initiative. So, that's about it for friends.
Has your relationship with Trey affected any of your other relationships with people?
Yeah, it has. Certain things my dad says really upsets me. Certain things that, you know, I notice with friends, they don't really, like I said, make the initiative. It kind of upsets me because it feels like I can't take Trey to certain parties or get-togethers or gatherings and stuff like that without him being uncomfortable, and that's the last thing that I want. And if they're going to make him feel that way, then I'm not going to show up. So a lot of my friends, you know, I guess kind of think that I'm neglecting them, when in my thoughts it's them neglecting me, because they don't take the initiative to understand my life, and they think that I should, you know, turn around and, I guess, deal with theirs or something, or understand where they're coming from, but I don't, because Trey is my life. So Yeah, it's affected a lot of stuff, but it's worth it. So I don't worry about it.
What do you find to be Trey's biggest struggle on a daily basis, and how do you comfort him?
Probably his biggest struggle daily would be waking up every morning and having to wake up to a female chest, female parts, things like that. Um, Waking up and walking past a mirror, it's not easy to see yourself as somebody that you don't believe yourself to be. Um, it's very hard. I see him every day, and I could see the insecurities, the, the panic in his eyes, the things that bother him. It's not that, I'm there when I can try to be there as much as I can, and I comfort him by just being there and telling him that I love him, no matter, how he looks, or anything like that. But at the same time, I know that I can only comfort him so much. He just struggles with that and wondering, if his bind's going to work, things like that. If he's flat enough, if his voice is, basically deep enough for him. If he wakes up in the morning and he talks and he doesn't feel like his voice is, that day, that one little thing could ruin his whole day. It's just certain things like that.
What would be the most important part about Trey fully being recognized as male?
The most important part, him actually getting to be who he is. It would make him more confident. It would make him feel better about himself. The most important part about that for me would be to see him happy. See him smile, look at himself, and just be, full of confidence and just happy. And it would be amazing to see that. So for him to be happy and be that, would be amazing. That's what's important about it to me. So.
What are some things that affect you as a couple on a daily basis that other people take for granted?
Things that affect us. Going out in public. I mean, most gay couples have to deal with that. It's a little harder for trans couples because a lot of people don't know. They don't understand if they see Trey as a female in their eyes because, some certain features still look feminine. If his bind doesn't work or, he makes a certain action that might seem a little feminine. Things like that, people don't understand, and they make judgment, and they stare. Normal couples don't deal with that. They don't have to worry about, people passing judgment towards them or making comments as you walk by, or you hearing people whisper, is that a guy or is that a girl, or anything like that. It would be nice just to be able to go out in public for both of us, and I know it would mean the world to Trey just to be able to go out there and not have to worry about people wondering about you, or it would be nice to be able to not have to stress about, most couples don't have to worry, is my boyfriend gonna stress about wondering if the men in the bathroom are gonna, look at him weird because he may look like a female, or for me, the stresses of if Trey goes into this men's bathroom, is somebody gonna notice? And are they going to freak out and think that, there's a female in this bathroom, or what is that? Is that really a man? Or something like that. Just a lot of normal couples don't have to deal with that, and it's very stressful. I become very protective, and that's just in me. So it gets hard, but stop. Go. Just certain things like that. A lot of people don't have to deal with. So, yeah.
What transition have you seen in Trey over the past few months?
Oh God, everything. We've got to think. Some things that have transitioned would be over the past. We've been together for 9 months, and I've been there since basically the beginning. So, I've seen the voice, or heard the voice drop. His facial structure has changed. He's filled out more. His shoulders, he's become more broad in his shoulders, very masculine. The muscle structure, everything. This is kind of a little detailed, but hair growth in certain places. It's not, on women. Well, most women. Other things like that, just certain features. His personality sometimes has changed as he's become more, comfortable in his body. Just personality, become more masculine and things like that. So, just things like that.
What has been the best part about being a couple?
Just the experience. The experience and the fact that I know that it's real. This isn't some joke, and it's not just some little fling. Trey is really genuine, very, very, very full of passion, romance, and just, he's a great person overall. It's just, he's an amazing person, and he says what he means, and he does it, and he really wants to do something. So I guess the best part about it would just be being with him, and just him bringing me to be a better person, I guess, would be another thing. He makes me stronger, makes me want to do things. So the best thing about our relationship is just us making each other stronger as a couple and as individuals.